Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you so much, everyone. Last week, there were quite a few replays because I took a trip to India to go see my brother marry his beautiful bride. And while over there, two things happened. One, the network was not that good or that strong. And then two, I got food poisoning. So thanks to the foodie that I am, that I feel that I can try anything under the sun, I did. And I ended up getting food poisoning. So I was down for a couple of days, but that's okay. To God be the glory. You know, God will have his way. He'll make you lay down in any kind of way that he can get your attention, right? So it was a beautiful day. It was wonderful. The wedding was gorgeous. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Kusumo, the newest bride and groom of our family. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. Hope your weekend was great and hope your morning, Monday, has been starting off well for those in the United States and for those who are actually in Dubai, Nigeria, Africa, India, that you had a wonderful day. So let's go ahead and get into today. You all know every time I start out with today is, right? So today is National Cousins Day. So if you have cousins, pick up the phone. You know, I like to talk instead of text. Pick up the phone, send them a text, and let them know that you celebrate them as National Cousins Day and tell them how much you love them and appreciate them. Also, today is International Self-Care Day. So we've had that before, and somehow it's come back again. So self-care must be very, very important. So make sure that you do something self-care. I don't care if it's you simply put a mask on your face tonight. I don't care if it's you eat your favorite junk food today. Do something that's self-care. You know, they probably say junk food doesn't fall in line with self-care, but if you work out and you want to have junk food, I think it's great. I think it's okay. You can have it, right? So just make sure you take care of yourself. And also it's National Old Joke Day, but I kept trying to remember one and I couldn't. And I kept trying to remember the one that's why the chicken, I don't know, crossed to the other side. I don't know. I can't remember. So anyway, it's National Tell a Joke Day. So if you can recall a joke, please tell a joke. Okay. So just a few reminders. As you all know, this is now a part of the LonnieB and Company network where I actually produce shows for other individuals. And keep in mind that on every Thursday, no, I'm sorry, every Friday, you have an opportunity to visit with myself and my husband, the Kusumos, on We Are the Kusumos at 8 a.m. every morning. If you miss us, then you can definitely tune in on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time with the Dear Life After with Rosalind. If you happen to miss her, then you can tune in to Motivation Moments with Gregory Bloomfield. Actually, he will not be this Sunday. He will be this coming up Monday, July 31st, as he closes out his season with none other than Bishop Greg Davis. If you know him, he's very popular on Clubhouse, and he also has the YouTube channel of When the Right One Comes. He talks to individuals about relationships. He talks to them about marriage, preparation for marriage, and it is a panel of all men. So ladies, we get a male's perspective. Now, today, this week, my featured author is none other than Dr. Amanda Randolph. She is an author. We actually co-authored some books, a book together called Finding Joy in the Journey. She is also the co-author of Camouflage Sisters. Camouflage Sisters is where I'll be coming from today, and I'll tell you a little bit about that before I read the devotion. Then also, she and her husband actually have the MMC, which is the Monday Marriage Conversations, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's couples of the Old Testament and New Testaments, from Adam and Eve to Aquila and Priscilla. So if you want to know about couples marriage conversations, please tune into their show. And then they also have a book that's called Cups Full of Grace. Cups Full of Grace. And it is to enlighten and encourage and affirm your relationship, whether you're married or whether you're in a long-term committed relationship. That is what the book is about. But to this week, we will be coming from her book, where she was a co-author of Camouflage Sisters. And Camouflage Sisters it chronicles the courageous path of 14 women who overcame various struggles during their military careers, internally and externally. They're veterans now, and they support each other, and they share how they talk about how they depended on each other, how they mentored each other, how they actually came through to talk about their success pre and post military careers. So if you know anyone who's in the military, this would be the perfect devotional book for them, but it does talk about encouragement and empowerment. So I did classify it in it. So let's go ahead and get started. You know, I do not keep you all long. Camouflage Sisters, revealing struggles of the Black woman's military experience. Transformation means challenge, not competition. The saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room, is true. Don't expect to grow if you don't challenge yourself or find others willing to challenge you. A scripture that reminds me this is Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Iron cannot be sharpened without friction. Neither can our minds or skill sets be sharpened without challenge and healthy competition. Notice I said healthy. Some of us go, if you're like me, I'm competitive, and sometimes I forget about the healthy portion. Just being honest, owning it. Early on, I learned what unhealthy competition looked like. So I always chose to present problems or challenges to my soldiers that I knew they had the answer to. Several of my peers remarked I must have been a real good softball player because I always threw softballs to the soldiers. My aim was not to play softball, but to build up their self-esteem by drawing on the knowledge that existed inside of each of them. Make that one of your aims as well. Draw on the knowledge and capabilities of your subordinates and watch them develop into great leaders. I'm going to say that last sentence again. Draw on the knowledge and capabilities of your subordinates and watch them develop into great leaders. That is a perfect statement. I'm reminded when I was in corporate America, and one of my managers gave me a book, and it was called Monday Morning Leadership by David Cottrell. And in that book, it was a saying that stuck with me forever because it helped me to realize the strength of my teams, the strength of people that worked under me, that worked alongside of me. And that was is that you are as strong as the weakest link in your environment. You are as strong as the weakest link in your environment. Now, I applied that to corporate America. But if you take that from corporate America and you apply it into your life and you just press pause for a minute and look around your environment and just realize that whatever the weakest link of your inner circle is, that is your strength. Whatever the weakest link in your environment is, that is your weakest link. That is, I'm sorry, whatever the weakest link in your environment is, that is your strength. And so that's why it's so important that Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens irons. As a person, as a man sharpens the countenance of his friend, we are to be in a position to where we can sharpen each other. Sometimes we get into circles with friends and one may be strong in one area where we're weak and vice versa. Y'all, I'm sorry if you hear that. They're doing construction right outside. They're redoing the road. So I do apologize. But in that instance, when we're the strong person, it doesn't mean that we're strong in every aspect of that environment. There's always an opportunity for us to learn. There's always an opportunity for us to gain more knowledge from the people that are around us. But understand that if you want to elevate yourself, if you want to advance, it requires you constantly gaining knowledge, learning knowledge, you know, rubbing up against those individuals who can pour into you, who have something more than what you have to offer your current environment. So it's not that you are changing your environment. It's not that you're forgetting about where you came from, but as God actually elevates you, he doesn't just elevate you in the natural. It also requires that you be elevated mentally. You be elevated environmentally, because you have to have people who pour into you and you pour back out into others. So it becomes, I added as everybody uses a stepping stone. I use a cup, right? So if you take a cup and you put the cups on stairs and you take it and you pour water into the first one, as long as you keep pouring, when that cup gets full, it's going to just flow down to the next cup and the next cup and the next cup and the next cup. That's how you should be when you're pouring into people. So as someone pours into you, you should be pouring into someone else, and you should be encouraging that person to share what you have poured into them and make it a ripple effect. And that's how you all keep lifting each other up. And eventually, sometimes when we hit our peak and we know when to tap out at your prime, you already know that the person that you've been pouring into is ready to take it to the next step. If there's an opportunity for succession or someone to replace you, do not, and I beg, do not be in a position to where if something happens to you, for whatever reason, you become a millionaire, you win the lotto, find gold like the Beverly Hillbillies, whatever it is, make sure that you have someone that you can say they are capable of doing what I'm doing. I can pass the torch on to them, because if not, then you have done a disservice to yourself as well as to the people that are around you and report into you. You have done a disservice to them. And what you have done is you've kept all the information balled in your fist like this. And you never did this in order for somebody to be able to catch all the knowledge, the wisdom that you have that can allow them to continue to grow and to excel. And hopefully that one day they'll excel to be where you are or even to surpass you. That should be our daily goal. So yes, I agree with Dr. Amanda. is that we should hone in on the good that and the knowledge that a person has, and then take that and then show them how they can expand it. Show them how they can expand the knowledge that they have, right? So that is our goal. That is our desire. That should be our goal. That should be our desire, is that we're constantly pouring into some. Because if you're not, I hate to tell you this, but you're just flat out selfish. If you're not pouring into someone, if you're not developing someone, if you're not speaking life into someone of the and showing them and and recognizing them. I was trying to find the word, recognizing them for the skills that they currently have, then you're doing a disservice, not only to yourself, but you're doing a disservice to that person. And so therefore, you should not be in the room with that person, because you're limited on what you want to offer them, and you're limited on what you can celebrate with them. And that's not fair to them. So that's today's morning devotion. You all know it has been great. Let me say good morning to Dr. Menudan. Gajetta, good morning. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better and you're resting. Miss Sarinthia, good morning. And Cousin Tony, good morning. Everyone, I love you all. I missed you all last week. I'll be back this week. It's amazing. Evelyn Law is back again with her music. She has new music. Please go and visit her on YouTube if you need praise and worship and encouragement. Please, please, please go out and visit her. And then while you're over there on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's AB Kusimo, or We Are the Kusimos, or LonnieB and Company. That is the network where you can see everyone's shows, all the shows that I actually produce. So today, make it a great day. Pick up that phone, tell your cousins hi, tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them. Just tell them something. It's National Cousins Day. Don't leave them out. Everyone wants to celebrate their birthday. So let's celebrate the small wins, right? And then also, it's self-care day. Do something for yourself. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. I love you all. I appreciate you. And I thank you for being the consistent viewers that you are. Have a wonderful day. And remember, until tomorrow, smile. You owe it to yourself. No one does it better than you. Bye for now.